Good morning.
Morning.
Welcome to Suzanne's live show, Family Jewels. This is our 20th one.
So
Yeah.
we're almost 21.
We're getting close. Maybe we should have like a drink next week or something, you know. We could have champagne. It's the 21st episode, so
That's kind of like a highlight.
we could make it one.
It was almost a celebration. This morning I had dark spots on my suit.
It's something to celebrate?
Well, yeah.
It's raining.
I hadn't seen those in a long time.
Yeah, that was a nice surprise. I didn't know where he was going with that for a minute. I didn't know if you spilled your coffee like right out of the gate or...
No.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't know where the gate was at either, but... but the raindrops was kind of a surprise.
Yeah, it was pouring this morning, so that was kind of nice. Cool things off a little bit. So, well, welcome to Family Jewels. This week we're talking about a very little-known stone.
Fairly new as far as gem quality.
Yep. Actually newer than tanzanite that we talked about last week.
Well,
Yeah. And that one's pretty new.
yeah.
Yeah. This one's newer.
This one's newer.
It
This
is.
one may be
By 20 years.
In fact, you were born before this was found.
Ah, yeah.
It's got to be, right?
Oh, man, now I'm actually older than a stone. Dang it.
Well, the gem quality part. I mean, it's been around.
Yeah. So I posted a picture of it earlier, so you guys know already that it's green. And that
it's not emerald.
No, it's not emerald. It's not emerald. Everybody knows emerald.
Yeah.
Most everybody knows emerald.
Right.
You know, if you're over the age of like 5, you probably have at least heard that.
Yeah.
So
this one's kind of referred to sometimes as Russian emerald.
But it's not Alexandrite.
No.
Not Alexandrite, because we already talked about that one.
And I don't think this is not found close to where Alexandrite was found either.
No.
But the other thing...
Because that'd be the Ural Mountains.
Yeah. When I don't know. This is Siberia, or in Siberia somewhere.
Eastern Siberia.
Yeah. Or the Urals further south.
I'm not entirely sure.
Well, where this one's found out, it's cold.
Somebody needs to call Putin and find out. Where'd you put your mountains at?
Yeah. It's probably shoving them somewhere.
Nope, it's not a sapphire. Everybody knows sapphire.
We're guessing already.
Yeah, they're already guessing. Wow. No, it's not sapphire. It's actually a very, very little known stone, so you're going to have to really dig deep for this one. Like, really dig deep for this one.
A little bit, and I guess maybe the first time I run across this, not the gem quality part, I guess, is it's also an indicator of possibly that diamonds are around.
Yeah.
It's not a very big hint, but I guess if you were a geologist or whatever, you might get a little bit.
No, it's not topaz. It's not topaz. We got much, much more rare.
Well, and I'm not sure that probably most people have even heard.
I would say there's a good majority of jewelers that have maybe not even heard of this stone.
Yeah, it may be true.
Definitely not had it in their store.
Probably the first one I seen was the one that you pulled out.
Yeah.
And it's probably because...
Well, that'll be another hint. It does come in a phenomenal variety.
2.
Yes, 2 phenomenal varieties. It comes in cat's eye and star, or an asterism.
Or chatoyancy.
Or chatoyancy with the cat's eye, yeah.
So we get into those,
and it can come in a 4-ray or a 6-ray
We get
star.
to use those weird words.
Yeah.
I haven't figured out the chatoyancy thing.
I don't either, but it's like naming medicines. I mean...
You know, if they'd left the H out, it could have been chatoyancy, and then I
that would make more
cat's eye.
Yeah, that'd make more sense.
But they slipped in that H there.
Yeah,
let's mess this up. Okay.
Rare in a cold climate. Where the commercial source for this is, it's only operable for 6 months out of the year because it's so cold.
I'm not even sure it's 6 months.
That's on a good year.
Yeah.
It's a good year.
Yeah, it's
Not a Firestone. It's on a
no.
good year. No, it's not opal. It's much more rare. It's actually even a fun word to say.
But whenever we finally, and we're going to do half of this.
Well, you
half
know
of
what?
this family Jules will not even tell you what the name is.
Well, you know what the funny thing is? I just realized I put it in the title of this video. How about that? Didn't even think about that till just now. Woo! That's a way to start out the morning.
So it'd be like a pop quiz, and you give them the answer at the first.
Yeah, pretty much. Or the answer to the question is in the question.
Yeah.
Kind of the thing. Yeah. No, it's diopside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And actually, what we're going to talk about is chrome diopside.
Well, mainly, but we've got one of the phenomenal.
But this
version.
is still chrome diopside. It's just dark.
True.
So,
yeah.
We don't know enough about the other ones.
I've never actually seen the other variety.
I think I've seen one
of diopside. It's that rare. So, we've actually got several of these stones, which is actually kind of amazing that we've got as much as what we do.
We got close to making pendant and earrings out of chrome diopside, and I think we got sidetracked on designing something else for a customer, and we were actually using some pink sapphires that we had with the chrome diopside, and so that was the earrings and the pendant were chrome diopside, pink sapphire, and diamond. And we needed the pink sapphire for something else, so it kind of got scrapped.
Yeah.
But they were kind of pretty.
Yeah. Yes, it comes in other colors other than green.
Diopside does.
Yeah, diopside does. Really...
Chrome diopside's just going to be green.
Yeah, chrome diopside's only going to be green. And that's what we're going to be talking about. It's not more rare than alexandrite. There actually is a mine for this stuff, and it is commercially mined. It's just not a lot of production of it. What'd they say, like 15,000 carats a month?
Yeah.
But you're only able to actually get into this place for a few months out of the year. So, when you're considering that this is going global with this stuff, and it's only been around since 88, right? 1988. That's not a lot of stuff in the market. Definitely not enough to go into box stores and stuff like that.
They need to come up with another name. I mean, like diopside. I mean, that sounds like diopside. Something maybe you'd put on your floors to make them smooth or something. Let's put a little diopside.
No.
Or
to me, it almost seems like it's like an insect repellent or killer or something like that. You put diopside in Raid or something like that. It doesn't sound real attractive.
Yeah, they need to come up with something.
But the stone's actually,
with an eye
for the most part, really pretty.
On
But Brooke's wanting to know what family does it belong to, or beling to.
Oh.
That's maybe more appropriate. Beling. That's like the French word of saying bling.
That's like
beling.
No, that's like being and belong.
Oh, we're making up words again. Every week we have new terms. Webster's just needs to sit here and listen.
The family, that would be, they are calcium, magnesium, something.
Yeah, and actually I looked at that earlier, and I don't know why I just completely blanked on that.
Here we go.
Yeah, no, it's up here with the... Basically, these are all kind of in with the spodumines and feldspars and stuff like that. But,
they're in the frozen family group. The other thing that's kind of weird about chrome diopside is whenever they get ready to cut this stuff, they lose about 90% of the rough to cutting.
Yeah.
So
'Cause it gets a little bit dark, so yeah.
well, that, and I think they got problems with a couple directions of perfect cleavage, and
Yep.
so,
And it's low hardness. It's about a 5 to 6 on the Mohs scale. But yeah, having 2 directions of cleavage and low hardness doesn't make for a very durable stone, so it's not something that you're going to want to put in a ring or a bracelet for
Yeah.
sure. Pendant and earrings are fine. It still gets a nice polish and everything.
It has
it's
a
cut well.
high refractive index, so these stones are really bright.
Yeah, they are.
We'll show you some pictures,
Yeah.
although we still haven't come up with a
great way
to take a picture or show you guys these stones.
Yeah.
But these are probably more the stones look a little bit more like a really nice Savorite, which would be a green garnet. They're gonna be brighter than what emerald is.
Yeah.
And maybe a little different color of green. It probably has a little bit more yellow to it, or a lot of them have a little more yellow to it.
And maybe even a little bit of brown in some cases, but that really nice stuff's going to be... A lot of that really nice stuff does look a lot like emerald.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't have... It's not as included as what the emerald is, so that's kind of nice.
The other thing, they don't do any kind of heating or oiling or...
Yep, they're an entirely natural stones. That's something that's kind of a draw to them, is they don't have any treatments for these, so they're always going to be natural, and there's no synthetic version of it either. So, I mean, that's kind of a nice little thing there, is because, if it's chrome diopside, then it's what it was straight out of the ground, other than being faceted.
Yeah, and you lost 90% of it to get it to get it there.
Yeah, but they are beautiful stones. They're not entirely fun to set, especially when they have points.
Yeah, see, and Brooke goes like ice cream frozen family group. Right?
Yeah.
And the big thing is we actually, we haven't ever bought anything from this mine, but there's a possibility that if we were wanting to buy a couple 100 carats, which, I'm going to say we're going to have a little stronger sell-through on what we've got or whatever before we do something like that. But
we got to make, like this, that's what's really hurting this stone the most, is public awareness is virtually zero.
Yeah.
Heck, jeweler awareness is maybe 50%. I would say you take that stone into 100 stores, maybe 50 might be able to identify what it is.
Well, it kind of depends on which 100 you go to.
Yeah.
We're in the mall. I'm going Zippo.
Yeah, it would be tough. Like I said, very, very few have ever seen this stuff.
The refractive index, is this above our refractometer? I think it is.
I didn't check that. I think that might go OTL, or what we call over the limit. It's been a while since I've RI'd a diopside.
Well, or had to.
Yeah.
I'm going to go check that while you're...
Go grab my lab manual in the drawer of the desk. So, okay. It's cool, no treatments, and no synthetic. How'd you determine diopside? That's cleavage or compound. With diopside, I mean, just like any other stone, we're gonna take an RI on it to check it. He's gonna go grab our lab manual there, because we know that it's relatively high in RI. I couldn't remember if it basically went over our scale limit or not. Like Diamond and some of those other ones go over limits. But the other thing is its color helps, its hardness helps determine that. Somewhat inclusions, but we can also kind of figure that out through specific gravity as well. But it does have somewhat of a distinct look to it. It looks similar to other stones, but Its brightness, hardness, directions of cleavage, and stuff like that kind of give it away a little bit better. Who's the main dealer of the stone? Well, in this area we are, I guess, because, like I said, there's even at our trade shows and stuff, seeing chrome diopside is pretty rare. There's just a few dealers out there. The only commercial known source for it is in Russia. And there's only one, as far as we know, I guess there's just one mine right now that's online for that. And like I said, it's only a few months out of the year that it's producing. So that makes it a pretty rare stone. That, and being that it's only been around for not even 30 years yet, that makes it a lot more rare and a lot harder to come by, especially whenever it's not gaining a ton of traction in the market just from lack of awareness. But yeah, is it by government or by company that's doing it?
I think this is a mining company.
Yeah, this is a mining company.
And they're mining it and cutting it themselves, it sounds like. So
yeah, and RI is refractive index, and that's basically the way that the stone bends the light. We're actually able to measure that
it's
on a scale, because almost
can,
every stone does it differently. What is the RI on
it's
diopside?
like 164 to
So it's a little bit lower
or
than
169 to 170, 1.70. So
yeah.
it would be.
So it's got a decent
fairly high.
birefringence too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't go over the limits. That's probably going to be our number one indication of what the differentiation is between emerald and savrite and diopside. The other thing is with savrite, which is probably going to be the one that maybe most confused with from our standpoint, is that, there we go. I don't know what's going on again. With savrite, it is a singly refractive stone. With this one being a doubly refractive, then
we can see it jump in our refractometer.
Yeah. So, and earlier, I think the question was asked, what makes the color of the stone? The main thing is, just like in emerald, it's going to be chromium.
Or ruby. Or ruby. Chromium makes ruby.
Well, yeah, I was like, ruby doesn't make this green,
no.
But chromium does. Yeah,
Chromium
and
makes
vanadium.
Rubium red.
Yeah, but then you got chromium and vanadium. I thought you was like getting at that ruby makes this green. It's like, this doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Yeah, it's kind of
it's trace elements.
Santa Claus colors.
Yeah. We're gonna ignore that. Move on.
Oh, somebody asked about how large are the pieces that are mined. I don't know what those are. The thing is, a lot of times, and maybe you've already brought this up, 2-carat stones are larger.
Pretty rare.
Because they get so saturated. So, is that what you call it?
Yeah, they get too saturated that they actually become really, really dark.
Look black instead of green.
Yeah, so you kind of start to lose transparency of the stone. So the other thing is too is that rough's not occurring real large. What they're saying is basically chrome diopside typically is going to occur in stones that are 5 carats and under. So it's not going to be in huge pieces to begin with, and then like I said, when they're cutting it, a lot of times in those bigger stones that are darker, you're going to lose like 90% just to get it to where it's.
I think if you could come up with, have you showed me any of these yet?
No, not yet.
If we could come up with a 2-carat or 3-carat stone that's the color of some of these.
Oh, that'd be impressive.
Yeah, I'd almost say
that may be museum quality at that point.
And now maybe what you'd want to do is buy that because.
Yeah, eventually this is gonna start getting more popular.
This stuff is fairly inexpensive.
But it's growing. The price is growing every year. I mean, it's
steadily.
it's pretty steady. It's not like shooting through the roof by any means.
Its
but
biggest drawback is that it's going to be difficult to use in a rain.
Yeah, it is. It's just the two directions of cleavage and its hardness just don't. It's a clean stone, but that cleavage really, really hurts the durability of the stone.
Yeah, I was reading a little bit from the mine, and they want to cut shapes that don't have any corners. So
yeah,
like
ovals, rounds,
yeah,
rovals,
cushions,
rounded cushions.
Yeah. So
and I'll show you some pictures of these. Some of these get really, really pretty. These maybe look a little dark in our screen here, but yeah. And then this is actually the star diopside, and then a cat's eye diopside here.
Oh, you brought a little flashlight.
And we've actually got some. We're going to show you some of the stones we've got here real fast.
Most of them are not very big.
Here. So these are the ones that we took pictures of earlier. So yeah, they're not enormous sizes by any means, but the color is pretty incredible.
Wouldn't it be easier to move your camera?
Well, I'm getting a big old shadow on it, so
oh
yeah. But the other one that's really cool is our cat's eye here. You can kind of see some of it here. I'm going to get a light on it so that we can really see that cat's eye. We'll get this over here so that light makes more. Oh, it's not helping as much as I thought it was going to. Actually, it looks better here. So we can kind of move this back and forth. You can kind of see the cat's eye move across the stone here. And this is again, it's the same reason for any of those that have that chatoyancy.
Yeah, what's the
needle
needles in there? Is it rutile too?
I believe this is also rutile. It doesn't say in our book, but I'm pretty sure in our. You can grab the little lab manual.
No.
I'm pretty sure that this is also rutile needles that create both the chatoyancy or the cat's eye and the asterism, which is the star pattern.
I've heard they found some gem quality in Pakistan, but I haven't seen any of that.
But you get some of these that are, start to get maybe a little bit dark. Whenever they get a little bit larger, they get maybe some brown, a little bit of brown to them.
Yeah, this is the one we'd like to see about 2 carats.
Yeah, you get really nice color like that. I mean, that's a pretty
nice
stone.
Bright stone.
Yeah. So we have some of those in the pear shapes that look really nice, but this is kind of the high and low end of this variety. Really, you may get some that are a little bit more brown and a little bit darker, and there may be some that are maybe just a tiny bit brighter than what we've got. But this is pretty much the spectrum that diopside occurs in.
So, I just thought of the question we could do because we pretty much give the other one away. So whenever we come, use this one.
Okay. I guess he's got the question. So, in case you just tuned in or whatever, we are giving away one of the little pear shapes today, but instead of doing it by the comment number like we'd been doing, we're going to change it up a little bit, like you said last week, and we're going to do a question. So, yeah.
Okay, so I'll ask the question now and they can study on this? And we've actually already said the answer.
Well, I don't even know what your question is.
I know. Okay, so the question is, and I guess you can kind of study on this or whatever, but diopside in general, when chrome diopside falls in that diopside family, is an indicator for another gem species. So,
okay. I see where you're going with this.
and to kind of give you, what somebody may ask, well, what's an indicator? I don't know how many people have done gold panning, but if you have black sand, what they call black sand in your gold pan, there's a possibility that that sand will have gold in it. So the black sand is an indicator of the possibility of gold. So chrome diopside is an indicator of another gem material. Oh,
Just like the smell we get from next door is an indicator that they're cooking bread.
right. So Brooke asked, so the question is, what gem species closely related? No.
No, it's what whenever they find this stuff, that's a good indication that there is another type of stone nearby.
Or there.
Or in that location.
Yeah.
And actually, there's other stones that can indicate this, but we're more worried about what this one is indicating.
Whenever I did my little diamond paper, whatever, this was brought up as an indicator. When I was at college, I had to do this diamond paper thing. So that's why I knew about diopside to begin with. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because you're just giving away the answer to the question.
Oh, I did, son of a gun.
It's like, really? You're going to ask the question and then immediately answer it for him. So now, all you got to do is think about what he said and comment on what he was talking about, because, I mean, he did just give away the answer.
I'm going to have to come up with another question.
I don't know. We haven't got anybody answering yet.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, what does it indicate? It's not emerald, and it's actually in no way related to the stone other than its geographical location, basically. So, it's like, if you're coming into a town, a sign is an indicator of that town you're coming into. This is kind of the same thing. This is like a sign for what is nearby.
Yeah.
Or what you could be finding
Yeah.
nearby. And it's a big deal. It's a very big deal. And he's already mentioned it. And everybody knows what this stone is. Everybody knows what this stone is, which is very unlike chrome diopside, which is what we've been talking about. And it's not tourmaline. A lot of these are really...
This is better yet.
A lot of the... And he's already given this away by his little speech about when he was in school and the paper that he did. And I can't believe that you just up and said that.
Yeah, somebody else did this. I'm like on... what was that? We're sitting there thinking...
Yes, it's diamond.
Oh, she got it.
Yeah, it's diamond. We have a winner.
Okay.
Yeah. And next week we're going to pick the question out ahead of time and
not tell me what the question is.
And not tell him what the question is.
Well, whenever we did that, we already did the chrome, and that was what colored the... That's the question we were going to ask.
Yeah, we were going to ask that. But instead, we decided that it was going to be better to ask a question and then give you the answer immediately afterwards.
Well, I was wondering why you was looking at me so weird.
Well, that's okay. I mean, we spent how long to start this video asking people to identify what we're going to talk about? And heck, I put it in the title of the stupid thing to begin with.
Yeah, we think alike.
Yes, we're still on the first pot of coffee, so I think it's the rain. We're not used to the environment has thrown us off today.
The big light bulb hasn't come out yet.
No, it's still pretty dim. It's clouded. Yeah, that was a brilliant way to.
But it did take them a while.
It did, but I think it was confusing. It was one of those. It was too. Nope, don't put it on that one. It was too good to be true to make it just that simple, but really that's what we did anyway. So that's kind of it on this. The unusual stone found in gem quality in 1988. Yep. In Russia.
I think there's a possibility of this stone getting popular.
Yep.
It's probably its biggest drawback is that it's probably not
its durability and its rarity is kind of a drawback because it kind of takes a back seat to emerald. Mm-hmm. And savorite a little bit.
Right.
because the Savorite's going to be more durable than this is too.
Well, and it's
But-
maybe a kind of a bad time because the Savorite mine is being reopened. So
Yeah, but the big benefit here is its price.
yeah, it's really
Because it's really inexpensive. I mean, like, let me put the lid on this here. Because, like, these little rounds that we got, I mean, they're like $20 a piece. I mean, the little pear shapes are $25. I mean, you can get really, really pretty stones. If these were emeralds, you're going to need to put at least one more zero in there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, it's really inexpensive stuff. I mean,
really
this cat's eye diopside that we showed you earlier, and you can definitely see the green in here in person. It's not as easily seen on there, but I mean, it's almost a 6 carat, and it's only $200. I mean, it's really inexpensive stuff, especially for its rarity. So, definitely one you want to check out. Keep in mind, especially if you're collecting stones, this is a great one to add to your collection.
Like green,
if you like green, it's a really pretty stone. It really is, and like we said, it's all natural, no treatments or anything like that. So, definitely,
Guess I'll mess with them some other time.
we're gonna have him raining in here. He's playing with the boxes, and they're just, yeah. We
Okay.
just need to stop while we're ahead.
Yeah.
So with that, thanks for tuning in, and
Enjoy the rain.
yeah, enjoy the rain. We'll see you guys next week, same time. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.